Live.
Hair all over my thing. My cat must have rubbed up against the windscreen on my mic because it's all furry.
Ew, furry mic.
All right, fire noise.
What is going on, everybody? What is going on? Welcome to this week's episode 185 of the STS Guys. I am Jeremy.
Hey, it's Larry.
And I'm Scott.
And we are the STS Guys, a weekly podcast where we sit around, shoot the shit, and talk about anything geeky, nerdy, and cool. What is going on this week, guys?
Well, I think I would say it's been a week.
Good God.
It's been a week.
And I'm going to, just before we go into the end, it's been a week. I was just commenting before we went live that my buttons to do all the fun stuff is in a different layout. Also, as a side effect of the different layout, it seems that I have to click them more than once to get them to play sometimes. Because I could not get that one to start. I had to start jamming the mouse.
That's awful. Thank you, StreamYard.
Oh, StreamYard.
No,
and honestly,
we love StreamYard.
No, we actually do. We've tried many different, much worse versions of this. And I can say StreamYard so far has been the best.
I do have to say, though, right? It's been a week. It never gets old. Like so, it brings a smile to my face. Like I said, every time the button plays and every time the intro plays to that, it's a thing. It's a thing.
I love Larry. I took the legit breaking news from like the local Fox affiliate.
It's pretty great. It took me a while to find the right one, but thank you, YouTube.
Hey, if there's anything that we're good about doing, it's ripping off other videos. On that note, I said, who wants to start? I said, with their, it's been a week.
I'm gonna have to leave it up for you guys because I know you got some stuff. I didn't do anything. Work was busy. I literally had no news. I mowed the yard. Like that was the highlight of my week. So no, I did nothing. I didn't. But you know what? I'll show it when everyone gets out. But I did go on. I think it's still available potentially on Dark Parlor Originals. They have the. I watched the movies that made us. And I watched the Back to the Future one. Because obviously I already have a bunch of Jurassic Park stuff, right? So and I got that. So I went on because I knew Dark Parlor Originals had it. They had the where you could get the out of time license plate signed by Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd. I may have had to drop some cash to get that picked up because after watching that video, I was like, I'm gonna buy that. It won't get in for a while. I think that these usually are like pre-orders like 2 months before they actually do the signings.
Yeah. So they did. I did see a picture that they posted up with Michael J. Fox from this past week. So that part's done. I don't know. I haven't seen anything about the Christopher Lloyd signing is.
Yeah, I knew they weren't at the same time. So
but maybe sooner. They got the harder one to get done. I think
that one's done. So yep.
Very
so
cool.
I got that. So I'll have something to show off here and. Sometime soon,
sometime before the end of the year.
Yep, basically.
Hey,
but that'll be cool.
Waiting for packages is fun. Like so that leads into one of my packages, right?
Hey,
oh look at that transition. No, one of the things, and I posted it on Facebook earlier this week. I said, hey, shout out to Facebook. That I said Bingo Square for anybody who has it. I think Ed's already got this marked for the week, right? I said, guess what? Jeremy bought a hot toy. Surprise. No, I finally got in my quarter scale. I said Spider-Man from Spider-Man Homecoming. I said it shipped from Hong Kong, and it literally took 4.5 months to get here.
Wow.
Gotta love customs.
I honestly don't know if it was customs or the company I got it from or what. Like it was one of those things where I'm gonna buy this thing through PayPal because it was one of those. This price is too good to be true.
You didn't use the friends and family, is what you're telling me. You got that money back.
No, I got the money back guarantee because I said this was like legit, like a third the price of what it is here in the States. And I'm like, okay, if I get screwed, I can just file for like buyer protection, this, that, and the other. I'm like, hey, I'll be good to go. Waited for it. I finally said, after like 4 months, I'm like, well, let me just send them an email. I literally got it within a week after that.
Oh wow!
So I don't know if they just forgot to send it out or whatever, but I finally got that. Yeah, so
seems likely.
It's possible, but that's pretty quick after the fact. So
yeah.
So it's probably a coincidence.
Yeah, it could be total coincidence, but the wait was worth it. Like I said, it is an amazing figure. Like I said, it's on my Instagram. Go check my Instagram out at TX Germs. So TXGERMS. So go check that out. I don't know. I have trouble spelling, I guess. But no, the figure's awesome because, like I said, it's quarter scale. It's got a likeness of Tom Holland that comes with it. Plus, it also comes with
good likeness too. That thing is nuts.
Yeah. Plus, it also has, I said, a pretty cool diorama base. I said with basically a broken, crashed vulture. So basically, the vulture wings are in the background. So it's actually pretty cool. So yeah, that was my It's Been a Week. I'll say the other It's Been a Week part, like I said, just because I said it's something that me and Larry shared, but we can talk about that later.
Yeah, that's a main topic.
Yeah, that's a main topic.
When do we have those?
Yeah. Sometimes we plan things. I don't have much other than the main topic. But Scott's waiting on a package. Jeremy got a package. I got a little package from Sticker Mule.
Okay.
What?
I got the Vin Diesel podcast family stickers.
I don't have friends. I got family.
All right, so just FYI, we need to modify that with the tattoo.
Yeah, I know. I realize that.
Just had the sip of beer, and that almost made me choke and die. I was so excited.
Pretty great, right? So I got it. The only bad part is I currently only have 12 of them because Sticker Mule had this. I got an offer where it's get 10 stickers. They sent me 12 for $1. So I'm like, okay, cool. I got to take advantage of this. What do I? No, I will not do that, Ed.
Yes, no, but Jeremy will do the edit for us.
You got it, Ed. You got it. Add it to the catalog.
That's a button I need to be able to press.
Anyway, Sticker Mule sent me an offer, 10 stickers for $1 shipped. So yes, of course I had to get it. Scrambled. I'm like, what could I make? I had another idea in mind, and then I'm just like, Vin Diesel, STS Guys on his arm. Tried it with the skull. It didn't look quite right, but so I only have 12 of these. But we'll make sure some important people get them. But I think we'll probably have to make more because they turned out really good.
Yeah, they did turn out really good.
Like too good to only have 12 of them in the world. So we'll have to do a reorder at some point.
Yeah. Next major sale, we'll get.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna wait for a sale, but I like them, but I don't like them full price. Like them.
Yeah, but those are pretty epic. I said, Larry, delivered. I said my sticker today.
Yeah,
I'm right next to me right now. Oh yeah, yes I do. Wait a minute.
Is this the package that I'm waiting for as well?
Bam! Look at that.
There he is.
In a sleeve protection because it is that limited edition. It's
exactly.
that important.
I couldn't risk it getting bent up in my pocket while I brought it to you.
Yes. This is beyond cool.
And Scott, I will get you one, but I saw Jeremy today. We'll get to that. Yeah, let's get to that now.
Yeah.
So Jeremy, because I brought it Jeremy because I saw Jeremy today.
Real quick.
Yes.
You have to do your shout out to the chat. You haven't done your shout out to the chat yet.
Well, I saw Geek Together isn't live today, so shout out to Geek Together, who usually sends people our way on Twitch. They're usually live at 7 p.m. Pacific.
We don't know what to do when you're not here.
It's okay. We miss you.
We don't get it.
Exactly, right? I lose track of things. But shout out to Geek Together. They're awesome. We got some good people here in the chat. We got Ed, but wasted. So that means Jessica's nearby. What's up, Jessica? We got Jameezy 3000, Mad Hatter Pops, I thought I saw. Well, shout out to Just a Little Podcast too. Thanks, guys. Everybody's hanging out. Appreciate it. They want to hear about how me and Jeremy went to Belton, Texas for Bell County Comic-Con.
Bell County Comic-Con.
The third largest Comic-Con in Texas. I learned that today. I'm guessing it's behind Comic Palooza and Dallas Fan Expo, so not a big surprise. But Jeremy, how would you describe Bell County Comic-Con?
So imagine basically if you were to hold a rodeo, but instead of a rodeo, you took out all the horses, you moved them to basically another building where you create a petting zoo, and then move basically a Comic-Con in the floor, and that's Bell City Comic-Con or Bell County Comic-Con.
Yeah, it was kind of a small arena, which is cool. Like Jeremy said, they must hold rodeos there. So that was cool.
Out in the thing?
No, there was concrete, like maybe underneath this dirt. I don't know. Maybe it's like hockey where you can put like something down on top of it, on top of the ice. Yeah. It's probably like
on
that.
Top of the dirt, where you can like.
It had the Ace Comic-Con vibe, right? Ace Comic-Con when it was in Phoenix was at the hockey arena for the Coyotes, so it kind of felt like that.
And they did that where I think they put the blower out over the ice, and that's where the like vendor people were.
Yep, and there was some stuff around the concourse too, just like Ace Comic-Con. So it was very similar, much smaller, right? This little rodeo place couldn't have seated more than like a couple thousand people, where the hockey arena has to be 10,000 plus. So it's much smaller. But before it started, like Scott asked how it went, and I just told him, man, it was busy.
That was insanely busy.
It's just so busy.
So many people. So many people. It was packed. The line wrapped around. So we got there right as soon as, like, about 10 minutes before they opened, maybe 5, right?
Didn't think it was going to be that big or whatever.
But the line wrapped around the building. Like, it was huge. And then there was like I said, that was one line to get in. And there's a whole separate line wrapping around another building, basically for badge pickup. Like, it was insane, the number of people that were there. Yeah, it was crazy. Like, you couldn't walk. You basically had to shuffle and body check people.
Like,
the weird weaves in between people,
in between crowds. Ugh.
I said, me and Larry, he said that all the times they decided to make our own entrances and exits, like said, where you're not necessarily supposed to. Like, it brought us back to that, a good San Diego feel.
Yeah. That was part of the problem.
That's not the like. Okay, I'm gonna say something, and this is gonna sound bad, but I fall into this category too. So when I say this, please tell me this. But a crowd like that in this type of temperature in this humid weather, you kind of don't want to be in that crowd. The smell of that crowd had to not be that great.
So okay, there's a story there too. So
my point will be proven here in a moment.
Just wait. So the con is set up as a very, very strange. So there's basically 3 buildings. So there's, like I said, the arena, and then there's a couple outbuildings, right? And so the badge pickup area was in one of the outbuildings. So like there was a line wrapping around the building, and we're like, you know what? We don't want to wait in that line. Let's just go in the door. Like I said, let's see if we can just get our passes. And guess what? We went in and we got our passes. So then we started like, hey, let's check out the vendor. I said the vendor hall, because we thought that was the vendor hall, because they had vendors set up. They had, like I said, people selling like comics, and they had like, the car set up, for, the people would bring their cars that are comic themed or pop culture themed. Right. But then, like I said, you notice a funny smell in the air. I said, with that specific building, and you're like, man, it's smells a little strange in here. Well, like I said, not only, like I said, can you basically shop and pick up basically all your pop culture goodness at Bell City Comic-Con, you can also visit the indoor petting zoo. Yeah.
First Comic-Con I've ever been to that had a petting zoo. So that was unique.
That's even worse. It's fat guys that don't shower enough and wild animals.
It was many horses and goats.
Horses and goats shitting all over the place too.
It was very Texas.
Yeehaw!
You got to give me a second. That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
I appreciate.
You know what? Kids like comics. Fuck it. Let's throw in a
kids like petting zoo.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do with the horses that no one picked up from the rodeo? Petting zoo.
Well, and the funny thing is, it was in the back, and then all of a sudden, I say the vendor booths basically go from a concrete floor. Oh yeah, to there's just dirt, and then oh yeah, you look over there. There's a petting zoo.
It was crazy. I appreciated when we got there. Right, the sheriff's department was there, being security, right, to keep everybody safe. But again, very Texas. These sheriffs are wearing cowboy hats and they're on horses. It was pretty amazing.
Because that's how you keep security.
Yeah.
When they
Bill
say
County.
it's at the rodeo grounds, they're like, get the horse cops. They gotta go to the rodeo ground.
Got the horse cops.
They're gonna be the ones to fit in, and they're like, oh wait, it's for Comic-Con. That's probably not the best idea.
Yeah.
It felt very easy because so Belton, Texas is like 45 minutes an hour north of Austin, a little bit south of Waco. It's very central Texas, kind of middle of nowhere ish. It's not a big town, not a town I'd heard of until I had to Google it when I realized there was a Comic-Con coming. So yeah, it's very Texas.
Yeah, very very Texas. But no, it was like I said. I think the biggest observation though was the sheer amount of people there. Like they were people that were excited to be at a con, right? Like I said, and the funny thing is, right, we were just at Comicpalooza a few weeks ago, and this felt basically, just because of the size of it, more condensed and crammed, than Comicpalooza. I said there's a hunger for basically people wanting to go and actually visit cons. Like
to be fair, I think the location did play something into that, because that's like I don't want to say central, but it's within range of all of the a bunch of the major Texas ones. So you're not Houston's just the Houston area. Not a lot of people are probably going to be traveling that much for it. Whereas this one, you're like, oh, it's only 40 minutes away. Like, I can go to that.
Waco's pretty big.
Waco's right there. Dallas isn't that far down from
Temple. Temple's got the college. A lot of college kids probably came down. It's not the name of a city that is super recognizable, but it's a good spot. Texas wise, like you said, it's close to everything.
Yeah, it's like I said, it was good. Like I said, it was good for the size of the con that it was.
Yeah, and they needed a little more space because everything was super cramped.
I'm gonna just shit on something here. Okay, so how many Tucson Comic-Cons out of would you say that it needs to be? Because that was, I think, the smallest con that we've really been to. So. Is it about that size, or is it like two of those? What would you think if you gave size?
It's really hard because it's, like Jeremy said, it's split up into 3 buildings. People-wise, it felt a lot bigger. They felt like there was way more attendance than a Tucson Comic-Con. Like Tucson Comic-Con, you can move around. There might be points on that exhibit floor. You kind of slow down.
That's I think the physically smallest space that we've been to.
Yeah. This was. Individually, each space was smaller than that. So I feel like Tucson's got quite a bit of room to spread out better. Just the layout was better, but again, people-wise, it was crammed.
So the layout's weird because so at one point in time, I said Larry and I had actually split up. And I had actually went and found, I found a purchase, and I'm like, oh, I found it in this. I found it in this other vendor hall. And he's like, what other vendor hall? I'm like, yeah, there's a whole other building.
That was after we had been to the first one and the second one, and apparently, there's this third one that I had no idea about.
Secret buildings. You have to know somebody who knows somebody to get in.
But I could see, I could definitely see where you could go. And because it was so crowded, you might miss how to get to these extra buildings too, depending on where you entered and all that stuff. I definitely would have missed the third one. The third one is also where they had the panels. So there was some exhibitors and then a fairly decent sized panel room. We hung out for the My Hero Academia villains panel for a little bit, which was packed. Big surprise. Right, that's the theme of Bell County. It is just busy. So there was no seats. We got lucky, and somebody got tired of waiting because they started a little bit late. So Jeremy and I were able to sneak in and sit down for a little bit, which was nice. But yeah, it was just packed, man. It's everything.
Yeah. I think that's why you easily miss stuff too. It was so packed. Like I said, like you were just trying to get through however you could, and that's how I said you missed a whole bunch of stuff just because it was that crowded where like if you weren't paying attention to what's around you, like you're gonna miss what's on your left or your right. And
it was hard. The one thing I didn't like is because it was so busy, like it was kind of hard to look at the booths and shop for things too. Like it was kind of hard to browse because there were just so many people, and that like those booths are tiny. You can only fit so many people in, so you really couldn't get a good spot to look at things. It was just rough. They needed a little more space, like for that many people.
So the question goes to, like, if it was super busy, like signature lines, right? Like to go get like the sludge stuff.
Good
How
question.
are those lines?
Super busy. They figured. Yeah, they were busy, right? They had a decent sized guest list with some pretty good guests, right? Lou Ferrigno was there from the original Incredible Hulk, Sergeant Slaughter, and Honky Tonk Man from old school WWF. Some Dragon Ball Z people like Stephanie Nadolny. A couple of My Hero people like David Matranga and Leah Clark. So right there,
scrolling through the website,
clearly reading. I don't know how to pronounce the name.
Hey, and 90s superstar Lark Voorhees, Lisa Turtle from Saved by the Bell.
Yes. So they had a pretty good guest list. All the guests were over kind of on one end. A lot of their lines and stuff kind of like faced each other though. They had kind of like two rows, but they faced each other. So the lines kind of intermingled, and it got, big surprise, it got super busy over there. And it kind of got pretty chaotic. Like people didn't know which line they were in and that kind of stuff. And it was a little bit of a mess, but like we powered through it. If you didn't know where you're going, again, it was kind of hard to look around and kind of check out stuff unless there was somebody specific you were going there to see. Mm-hmm. And as mentioned before, there was someone specific that I was going to see. So for my Saved by the Bell Funko Pop signed collection, I did meet Lark Voorhees. She signed my Lisa Turtle Pop, which is pretty cool.
Basically fill out all available. Or are you still waiting for Mario Lopez?
I'm still waiting for Mario Lopez. So I only have three. I only have the 3 pops, right? Total. There's 6, of course. There's Zach, and AC Slater and Lisa are the 3 I have. So Mario Lopez is supposed to be at Dallas Fan Expo. So I'll probably bring that one along and see what happens. But there's also Kelly Kapowski and Jesse Spano, and of course, Rest in Peach. Rest in Peach. Rest in Peach to Screech. There we go.
Rest in Peach to Screech. That's amazing.
My mind is moving faster than my mouth, or my mouth is moving faster than my mind.
But
so cool. So you saw Lark Voorhees. Did you get to see anybody else?
Yeah. So producer Ian has been really into My Hero lately. So we got to see David Matranga, right? The voice of Todoroki. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce his name. We got to see the voice.
I love how you put an emphasis, Matt.
An emphasis?
Matranga.
Yes.
Yeah, an emphasis on his name, like Matranga, probably. But like
Matranga. Matranga. So we saw him. We saw the Jason Liebrecht, who is Dobby on My Hero. And then we also saw Stephanie Ndadolny, who is the voice of Kid Goku and Dragon Ball, and OKKO from OKKO. So yeah, we bounced around a little bit. The lines weren't too bad, like wait times wise and stuff, right? That part was managed really well. It moved pretty quick once it got moving. Leah Clark was another one that we were kind of excited to see, right? She's the voice of Himiko Toga on My Hero.
Just waiting to like, I was late. He's gonna bring up.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say it again. Right, she was supposed to be there. I think she was just running late. But like the entire time we were there, she wasn't there. So maybe she'll be there tomorrow all day, hopefully, because I know a lot of people were excited to meet her too. So yeah, it was cool. We got to hang out.
Larry
we
got
lost
booted.
Larry.
All right. Well,
No.
until Larry gets back,
Jeremy, you tell some stories.
I'll tell some stories. So I did. I said a few purchases. I said while I was at Comic-Con, like I said, they had some good comic vendors there. So I'm super excited for the premiere of the upcoming What If Marvel TV series. So what did I find but a What If? I said number one. I said that from the very first series. So what if number one? And what if Spider-Man joined the Fantastic Four? So
I love how they all put the 5 on that comic.
Cool.
By the way,
yeah.
I do love the fact that it's the Fantastic 5.
Plus, I said teased in What If, right? I said as well. He said Marvel Zombies. I said number one.
Cool.
And then I said had to go ahead and continue my weird collection. I said this is probably one of my weirdest collections. Is I collect all the 90s. I said issue number ones of like the Image comics. So I got a Brigade number one, a Darker Image number one, and a Cyberforce number one.
Ooh.
But I said the purchase of the day, I said, was this guy. I said, I wish it was a double dingus where Jeremy bought 2 hot toys. I said with the Doctor Strange, where like I said he was like literally a third the price of what he was going for on eBay. So got this guy. Like I said he has some cool packaging where you can it literally twists open and then it's got cool. Doctor Strange in there.
Awesome. Another Avenger for the
collection. So
very cool, man. Yeah. So we bought some stuff. I feel like we could have shopped a little bit more, but again, kind of busy.
Very busy.
But I mean, it's a good thing, right? Like Jeremy said, people are excited to be back at cons. So I mean,
that's good news for future cons.
Yeah, right? Yeah, right. Like, so I think that means everybody's selling good stuff. I think the celebrity guests were making good money too, because their lines, they always had people in their lines, every single one of them. So it's good, right? Like it's good for the economy. It's good for all those people who haven't been able to make money at cons for the last year and a half. So we're back.
So to that point. So at the panel that me and Larry were sitting at, that was literally the first thing we brought up. Like, hey, I haven't made any money this past year, so it's great that we're back.
Right. I mean, it's a problem when that's a huge part of your income, and then all of a sudden that's gone. Right. Some of these, especially like the voice actors, they're at a con just about every weekend. So
yeah, those people that just travel
makes a difference.
Con to con, like that's like all you do.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely. I mean them, like, you don't think about like celebrities for that kind of stuff, but it impacts them too, man. It's rough.
This is also gonna sound bad, but if you're not like A-list status celebrity and you're not doing a lot of endorsement deals or whatever, like the money from the TVs or movies or whatever runs out, like, and you got to figure out how to get it. And these are the perfect opportunity to go make some pretty decent cash. I'm betting they pull away with quite a bit with appearance fee that they probably charge plus whatever they get from the signatures and stuff. They could get some decent money out of it. So I do not blame them for setting anything like that up. Like, by all means, please go, because I enjoy seeing all of you non-A-listers.
Yeah. No, it was cool, man. I'm glad we went. It was definitely worthwhile. I would go again. Right. They put on a good event. They got good guests. I feel like even though it was crowded, like the line to pick up the badges and get in and all that stuff seemed to go pretty well. So
they had better badges than Phoenix Comic-Con. They had legit badges with, like I said, a helpful handy dandy map on the back. Like you can't
that was cool. Yeah.
Yeah. You can't beat that.
Yeah. So
it was actually a good badge.
It is. It was a nice badge. No wristbands that you have to wear for 4 days, but whatever.
Looking at you, Phoenix Comic-Con, Phoenix Fan Fusion.
Not bitter about that still.
Those little RFID.
That didn't work. Mine didn't even
work half the time.
That was rough. Yeah.
Or remember, I remember I kept on getting stopped.
Yes. Yes, they didn't like you with your backpack.
They hated me with my backpack.
It's metal on the backpack. It's a backpack. It's got dangly bits sometimes.
Real quick story about backpacks and searching and stuff like that, right?
Did you get harassed again?
No, because apparently, I said, if, like I said, you wear, like I said, the wonderful media badge, you can't possibly have any contraband in your backpack.
Oh, so it finally worked that you didn't get searched?
No.
Yeah.
He was checking somebody else's bag, and we went to wait our turn, and he's like, "No, you're media. Just go ahead." I'm like,
just go ahead.
Okay. So I feel like they treated us well.
Camera equipment. What's this? Camera equipment.
Yeah.
Like,
one other super important thing that we didn't mention, I'm ashamed because it's literally the best part of the con, or really close. They had an amazing food truck area set up outside. Mm-hmm. There was probably at least 10 food trucks, the whole variety of food. That soda thing that Scott likes was there. Pecos, whatever. Pecos Pete's, I think is what it's called in Texas.
Wild Bill's
in Phoenix. So they were there. You could get your soda. Variety of food trucks, German food, some tacos, whatever. But they also had a Pizza Hut truck, which was the find of the day, because for $4 you get 2 slices of pizza, and then for only an additional $1 you also got a drink. So $5 got us lunch. Yeah. Not bad. Totally reasonable.
For a food truck at a con. Like,
no, like it's
pretty amazing.
Pizza. Like, so it's not great, but it's not the food court pizza that you can get.
Yeah, so it served its purpose. It served its purpose,
and plenty of seating too. Like it really was a nice area, because sometimes there's nowhere to sit down at these cons, or the food selection, you might get like 2 or 3 food trucks, and then you have thousands of people trying to buy off those food trucks, and it's kind of rough, right? The lines, but this one had pretty quick turnaround times. You got in line, got your food, and found a place to sit down and rest for a couple minutes. It was pretty cool. It was my favorite part.
Good. It's good news.
Yeah, it was.
Bring the food trucks, because they're hurting too.
Yeah, true.
Right. So bring them together.
Oh,
you got a match made in heaven. I fully support.
I also one thing with the pizza food truck. Not only could you buy the 2 slices if you wanted to, but technically you could buy the entire pizza, and it really wasn't marked up from if you were actually ordering from Pizza Hut.
That's awesome. I did notice that. I didn't consider that, because I didn't need to eat a whole pizza. But I mean, we could have done it and shared a whole pizza and maybe saved a buck or two. But pretty cool. So shout out to the Pizza Hut food truck. That was pretty awesome.
Didn't even know that. Because all right, we're going into this. It's been long too. I've never seen like a chain food truck like that. Like, and not like like a restaurant that might have a food truck that goes with it. Like, I'm not like, I mean, like,
not that big of a chain
type of chain, right?
So
like something like.
So
Pizza Hut.
I think what they did, right? I don't think it was necessarily a food truck, because they literally had the people running back to the store and getting the pizzas from the Pizza Hut and actually bringing them to a trailer that they were actually serving. They were actually serving them.
Yeah, they weren't cooking them there.
They weren't cooking them there.
That's
so
true.
it was. So I think it's like hey, how can we market this? Like serving pizzas out of a trailer. Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do this. Hey,
they
whatever. It's good for them. They probably made a bill at that thing. So let's good for them.
I think one time at San Diego Comic-Con, I believe I ate off of a Carl's Jr. food truck. It's close, right? Not quite as big as Pizza Hut, but I think Carl's Jr. did.
When it's
fast food chain.
Legit like fast food chain like that has a food truck, it blows my mind. Like I would go there, even though it's dumb.
Right,
There's better options. I'm gonna go to that one, because when's the next time I'm gonna see a Carl's Jr. food truck?
Mm-hmm. Probably never ever.
But Bill, I said Bell County Comic-Con, awesome. Like, also though, like I said, there was another con this week.
That's what I was gonna say.
The Funkon.
Yeah.
That's a segue.
It is.
That was a segue.
Can
I? Okay. So, can I just say that, like, I get the pun. It's a fun con. It's get your funk on, right? Like, I get the play on words, but I just do not like the name.
Yeah. Same. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they could have called it, but
something different.
Yeah, anything else.
Like, and nothing against it. There's nothing bad about it. I can't place my like disgust or whatever, but it's there.
I think they could have came up with something better, but somebody liked it. So
yeah.
So Ed asked, did any of us score anything from Funkon? Well, I think last week we mentioned that Jeremy and I both got into the lottery to purchase things on whatever day that was. Thursday? Wednesday. It was Wednesday. It was Wednesday. I don't know. It's been a week. So yeah, I got in. I had the 9 a.m. slot. Not all the exclusives were available to purchase through Funko Shop because of some delays. So several of the things that I was planning on purchasing, the email that I got the link to enter the shop and the password, it let me know that like the My Hero Pops, one of the sodas, there were a couple things that I was planning on buying that they weren't going to be available. So I ended up getting two things. I got the Movies Pop because Kevin Smith, bingo square, and the Thor soda because I felt like I needed to buy at least one other thing to save on that shipping.
Yeah.
I don't know. How about you, Jeremy?
Yeah, like I said, now got in. Like I said, like you. Like I said, I was looking to buy a couple other things, but I did pick up a few things. Yeah, my primary I wanted that movie, so I picked up the movie, which was like I said, that was like literally the one thing I said I would have been like sad if I had missed out on. Right. Yeah. No, I did buy a couple of things. I did buy the Thor soda as well. Nice. Just because I'm like, I don't have any of the, like I said, I think I have one soda and I don't have any Marvel sodas. And so I'm like, you know what? Let me get
at least one.
Let me get at least one so I can at least put it on the shelf. And then I could, just for the fact of it's cool, right? I saw like in its own regards, I picked up the die-cast Captain America.
Cool. Pretty cool. I know that I know that sold out on the first day. It didn't make it to the second day, I don't think, or if it did, not very many of them did. Yeah. So it was probably a good grab. It was a little pricey at $50, but
it was. It
should be cool.
I was really on the edge. I'm like, you know what? Let me just get it because I'm a sucker for diecast. Like, well, especially even with the Hot Toys, right? So the diecast Iron Mans and stuff like that. So I'm like, even if I literally just get the one. I think honestly, this is probably I know I think they even tease, like, I think there's a couple leaks, right, for like the Iron Man coming up, I said with the diecast, right, which I actually probably won't pick up. I think literally I just want the one and then that's it.
Unless you get it and it's really cool, and then
maybe you start buying more.
But
yeah, once you get it in your hands, you're gonna be
yeah. Well, listen, I can already tell, like I don't think it's gonna be $50 cool. Yeah. Like if I said maybe if it's a different price point, like I said, I would jump on it. Maybe it's like a $25 cool, but I don't know if it's a $50 cool. So
it's quite a bit more than a regular pop.
It is, and so I think I just wanted one, just like literally, just so I can have it. You know, you guys been over to my house, so I had those shelves of randomness, and so like literally it's gonna just go on my shelves of randomness.
Very cool. Yeah, so we did okay. I thought it was kind of funny. Like, this is my first Funko lottery, and there was a Simpsons pop that I didn't care about, and a Parks and Rec pop that I didn't care about. So it was kind of sad, but like there's like two of the things I like more than anything, and like I didn't want either of the pops that they were offering. So oops, too bad. But I did find something. I'm excited. I already got the shipping notification for my Movies guy, so he's on the way. Looks like Ed was able to grab a movie too. And Stanley from The Office from GameStop. So that's awesome. That was a good one too. Yeah. It also says he skipped the Parks pop. I've got all the main ones. The first wave.
What was the Parks pop?
Filibuster, Leslie Knope. So like that episode where she's talking for a long time to stall. I think she's like wearing a roller skates and stuff and like overalls. It's fine. It's just one of those episode specific ones that I have the regular Leslie. I didn't really need it. Like, I'm glad that they made another wave and they're still making Parks and Rec pops, but I think I'm good with just the main characters for right now. Like one of them, I don't need the extra stuff. We'll see. I got too much. Like that's what it comes down to. I got too much.
You have too much. You have to be
right.
more judicious in what you buy.
Yeah,
more
and
tactical.
Yeah. And the Simpsons one was like I don't know, like Belly Dancer Homer. I don't even know what episode that was from. So like
if you don't
good.
know it,
yeah, right. It probably just means it's newer. And it was a cool looking pop, and I thought about it, but I'm like, no, I don't need it. Like it's just not gonna happen. So I skipped those ones, but that's okay. But I don't have it right here. But I did get my box of fun in the mail for Fun Days. So that was cool. So I got the Mike Becker, Brian Mariotti 2-pack, the Fanatic Fury mascot pop, the Torchy guy, and the Funko Pop stand thing. What's it called? Pop Podium.
Pop Podium.
And the black Pop Podium. So that was pretty cool. And the pin and the other random stuff it came with. So I got that. That was pretty cool because Funko Fun Days, virtual Funko Fun Days, was yesterday, Friday, August 6th. So had to represent and get my box of fun and post some stuff up on Instagram before the big event on YouTube last night.
So you got your box of fun, right? As
I
part
did.
of that. Was there any other like giveaways? Because I remember like when you go to the thing, you get tons of other like giveaway.
Yeah. So no,
nothing like that.
No, doesn't seem like it, which is okay. They set it up very similar, right? It was a pre-recorded show. It's very similar to their Fun TV things that they do every once in a while. And each team had its mascot, right? Kind of like a normal sports mascot. And they competed in 4 events. After the 4 events, everybody was tied. Big surprise. And then there was one more event where the Pop Rangers guy won. So I guess the Pop Rangers team technically won the entire thing. But I don't believe there's anything extra. Everyone who was able to purchase a box of fun does get an additional mystery box with 3 random pops that I guess is going to ship out this week, which they didn't talk about, which I thought they would. They didn't really acknowledge it at all or give any hints or anything. So
maybe that's how they do it. Just everybody gets.
Yeah, there's a
box of random stuff.
There's a second box, so I'll be surprised if it has anything more than 3 pops. But I guess there's the chance that it could have something more than 3 pops in it. I don't know, but I really doubt it at this point. But it was still cool. It was really cool to see everybody post up stuff on Instagram and like Twitter and stuff. It wasn't quite the same as being in person in San Diego, but it was still cool to see everybody kind of excited about it and stuff. So it was a good week, right? Just that people went to the other part of Funkon is Funko did like in-person stuff at Funko Hollywood where you could go and buy some exclusives. There's like a prize wheel that they pick some people to spin that you could win a proto and some other cool prizes and stuff. So it was a lot of fun seeing people get to participate in that as well. Ed even painted his face, man, for Proto Punks, and so he threw his picture up on the old IG and stuff too. There was I don't know what they were called, just one of the video segments. One of the days they were showing custom pops. They showed Ed's Vincent Van Gogh pop custom thing that he made a while back too, which was really cool. So he got a quick feature on Funko's channel for that, which was pretty exciting.
That's cool. They do.
Ed's all over the place, man.
Yeah.
Like he's
John Cena's posted.
Yeah, he's having a good month. It was cool.
John Cena knows who butt wasted is.
Yeah. That would be pretty funny. He's on board. He's on board with butt wasted.
It's amazing.
Yeah. So it was cool. I know Manny went out there too. So shout out to Manny. Right. He was able to meet up with some people. I know Sully was out there. Dave from the Average Nerd podcast was out there. He also won the Spirit Award at Fun Days, which was cool. So congrats to him. It was really cool. Looks like he had some nice. Ed says Mike Becker said some nice stuff about one of his pops too. So that's awesome. But Mike Becker was out at Funko Hollywood too for Funkon, which it was cool to see everybody interacting with him. Jeremy, did you see the video? It was part of one of the longer videos where Mike went to Bob's Big Boy and met up with the guy who gave them the Bob's Big Boy license to make the first Wacky Wobblers.
I did not see that video.
I'll have to tag you in it if I can find it. It was maybe like Thursday. It was a really good video. It was really cool. He shows up. Meets up with the guy for the first time in 22 years. I mean, really, this guy, his name's Mike Lopez. He's been the general manager of that Babs Big Boy in Burbank for a really, really long time. And he's the one who worked with Mike to make that first Big Boy Wacky Wobbler. So they met up first time, and Mike pulls out one of the Wacky Wobblers and asked the guy to sign it for him. It was very touching.
Oh,
Mike's a good guy. We've met him several times.
Yeah.
Really good dude. It was really cool.
Yeah,
it sounds like it hit you in the feels. Like
it did.
I'm not as big of a Funko fan as you guys are, and I have met him, on more than one occasion. So, like, that shows us how well he interacts with people that are out there.
Yeah, it was cool, man. Like, so I don't know. He's a really good dude. So I was happy he was happy, and I just thought, like, he signed a pop for us and stuff. He signed a cereal box for us at Designer Con, and it was cool to see him be like, "Hey, man, like, I signed a bunch of stuff for people, but I'd really like you to sign this for me." And he gets all teared up and stuff too. It was a good video. That was my favorite part of Funkon was the Mike Becker going to Big Boy. So then I went to I'm like, I didn't know where this Big Boy was, so I searched Mike Lopez, Bob's Big Boy, and it is the one in Burbank. But they have a really cool merch section, and I bought a Big Boy T-shirt, which is legit. But the funny thing is, right? I just got an email right here from Mike Lopez that's giving me an order update, so I feel very special.
Oh.
It's that Mike Lopez, guys. He's sending me a T-shirt personally.
Wow.
It's like, it's full circle, man.
That is
full circle. The video with Mike Lopez sent you to the Big Boy.
Yep. And I bought a T-shirt.
And Mike Lopez is now shipping you a T-shirt.
Some people have 7 degrees to Kevin Bacon. Larry just completed the 7 degrees to Mike Lopez.
Yeah. I thought it was cool, but it's a black T-shirt. It's legit. I will definitely show it off when I get it. I'm excited.
Was there mention of chili spaghetti? I said in the video.
No, there should have been, right? Like, can't go wrong with the chili spaghetti at Bob's Big Boy. I do want to go to Big Boy again, man. I'm missing Southern California. It's been a minute.
It has.
You guys can think, but I don't think I've ever actually been to the Big Boy.
No.
Oh.
No.
There's a couple of them in California still. It's pretty good. Like, it's not the greatest thing in the world. If it was the greatest thing in the world, they'd still be all over America.
Right.
But it's definitely worth checking out if you're close to one. Like, I don't know. Like, Jeremy and I went for the first time on the way back from the Making Fun premiere in Hollywood, right? Mm-hmm. So we just kind of saw Mike talk about getting that original license and stuff, showing off the Wacky Wobbler, and I don't know, it's been special ever since then. So I've only been twice, but it's good. And next time I'm close to one, I'll definitely be going again.
Yeah, I'll have to go out of my way at some point. Like, clearly I'm not going to California anytime soon, but at some point I will have to go.
You never know.
If the opportunity ever presents itself to go to a Big Boy, I will go. But I've been to LA a bunch, and I don't think I've ever been to one.
Well, and they're not in, it's not in LA either.
No, I don't think it's right there. The one's in Burbank, so it's a little ways away. The one Jeremy and I went to is middle of nowhere on the way back from LA to Phoenix. So that was the easiest one for us to get to. But there's one by Universal Studios too. Yeah. It's not too far.
Yeah.
Cool. Do we have anything else to talk about? Do we want to talk about the Fear movies, or do we want to save that for another day?
I you know what? Let's save that.
Yeah, let's save it.
I'm cool with that.
One.
I am totally cool with that.
Oh, go ahead,
Jeremy. I know you saw something that made you to do. What was the weirdest thing you saw at Bell County Comic-Con? Let's go through and just try to find out. Is there anything that you saw that you're like, I can't explain this. I like this thing weirds me out.
Probably the weirdest thing. I'd probably put it more towards disturbing. Was this? She had to be a good pushing 60, 70 years old in a skin tight Batman Returns cat leather outfit.
Oh,
who was a little chonky.
Grandma wants to be
Grandma
wants to be Catwoman.
Grandma was rocking the Catwoman outfit. Like that was it was a sight. I think.
Well, good for you for having the confidence to pull that off.
Absolutely, like I said, I applaud you. Honestly, nothing. Like I said, too too crazy, right? I think that we keep on going back to like the sheer number of people. Like it was just nuts.
The spine. The spine check. So yeah, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Larry, go ahead.
All right.
Yeah. So when we first walk in to the main building, like around the concourse, right, they had some random stuff. One of which was, I guess, some type of chiropractor or something who is willing to do a spinal checkup for you if you wanted. Never seen that before either.
Yeah. Get your spine checked.
Yeah.
County
right, sir? Would you like to get your spine checked? I'm like,
so
no.
I've never seen that at like the Comic-Con. But if you've ever gone to any like
home and garden show and stuff like that,
expo or like
health fairs,
like expo, like every little like city expo, right, where all the businesses come out, there's always a chiropractor that goes, oh, you need to come in and see your back is bad, and it's like,
right, they're just drumming up business, but not at a Comic-Con, and like we've been to a lot of Comic-Cons. I'm gonna have to sit down and think about how many we've been to because I guess it's on the website, right? It's on STS Guys.
There's quite a few, the official ones, but like obviously we've been going before that.
Yeah, we've been to a lot.
So we've been to a bunch, but you got to think like all those guys probably sit there and play video games. They got bad chairs like I do. Like
it's true. Yeah,
their back is gonna be sore. Like if anybody needs a chiropractor, it's nerds.
Yeah, that is true.
It was interesting. They were shouting out like they were like hosting carnival games. Hey, get your spine checked. Get your spine checked. Yeah.
Only 25 cents. Win yourself a stuffy.
Check. Free spine checks. Free spine checks.
What do you say, good son? Would you like to have your spine checked?
Step right up. Get your spine checked.
Step right up. Step right up.
I will say another thing I've never seen is vendors who sell like custom made soap. Yeah. And Bell County Comic Con not only had one, they had two soap vendors. That's like a new thing.
Rival soap.
Apparently, yeah.
And I think there must have been a rivalry just because one of those soap vendors got on the main floor. So that they basically had the primo spot on the main floor dealing their soap.
And the other soap vendor was in there cursing their name.
Yeah.
They know if they're, Steven!
And then right across from the soap vendor looks like you can also go and get some beef jerky from the smokehouse.
Nice.
The beef jerky I get.
It's because you want beef jerky.
Yeah, because I like beef jerky.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Was it at least?
It was on the main floor with basically
not on the little like.
Next to the artist alley.
Next to the artist alley. Like hey, get a sketch cover and get some teriyaki beef jerky.
It's a different kind of art making beef jerky.
It is. Beef jerky is an art, and I dare anybody to try to.
I'm not getting in that argument.
But here's the thing: was it at least themed soap? Or was it just different smelling soaps?
Well,
did they have nerd? Like, did they have
they did have soaps? One nerd soap that they call out. So the rest of them were just like frou-frou soaps. Like I said, but they did have one soap. And Scott, I'm just going to give you one hint, and you try to guess what it is.
Okay.
It was pink.
Bar soap, like
bar soap, pink bar soap.
The Fight Club one.
Yep.
There you go. Well done. Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding, ding.
You won. A winner. You won a free spine test.
Free spine check.
Step on up here. Let me test your spine, son.
Ed got it too. Good job, Ed.
Good job, Ed.
I would have taken a picture of it because I thought it was cool, but it was too busy to stop and take a picture. So
soap was a hot business that day.
It was. Again, man.
I do get it because
yeah, smelly guys,
like
girls,
they need soaps. Soap is, to be fair, soap was a really good thing to sell at Comic-Con.
It's true. Deodorant. Yeah. There were a few smelly people I ran into.
Yeah,
it was. I didn't miss that part. I didn't miss that part of cons.
No,
just take a shower, guys. It's not that hard.
Just do it. Just take a shower.
You're fine. Shower. I mean, it's Texas. It's hot and humid, but come on.
No, bust out that Axe body spray.
Yeah, there you go. Can't go wrong with Axe body spray.
Can't go
bathe
wrong
in
with
it,
Axe.
but a little spurt.
Yeah.
Is fine.
Yeah, a little, All
right, Jesus, Larry, do your thing. We have
Oh,
nothing
yeah.
to talk about.
So, if you want to find more about the STS Guys, we're on Instagram. You can find us at STS Guys. We're on Twitter at STS Guys. And guess what? We're also on Facebook at the STS Guys. And I'm Larry from the STS Guys.
Shilling like a villain.
Shilling like a villain.
Ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding.
And real quick, while Larry's pulling up his list, I said so we can get another bingo square, buy Bitcoin. It's going up.
Hey.
Buy Bitcoin. Buy Bitcoin.
I like that. A burger! I don't think that counts unless I said, "Oh, Whataburger." We do love Whataburger. All right. Anyway, so sports talk. So if you like Funko Pops and you're not able to go to a cool Comic Con like Bell County Comic Con, you can go to shumistore.com, buy yourself tons of Funko Pops, enter code STS Guys, you're gonna save 10%. And you need a new T-shirt to wear next time a Comic Con comes to town, or maybe a Bell County Comic Con next year. You should go to Animator Power Company, get yourself a nice licensed T-shirt, enter code STS Guys, you can save 10%, and you're gonna get free shipping. Animator Apparel Company, it's the best.
It's the best.
And the moment you've all been waiting for. If you like podcasts, you should check out our friends who have podcasts.
I don't have friends. I got family.
Jesus.
That's right. Check out our podcast family like Talking Pops, Pop Collectors Alliance, The Dorksman, Geek Together, Secondary Heroes, The Average Nerd Podcast, Nerdy Curious, Movie Retakes with our friend Sully, the Toy Rewind Podcast, 3 Beers, and a Mic, the Totally Rad Movie Podcast. Guess what? It's not dead yet. And the Figure Booth Podcast featuring Nate and Josh. And you should also check out Pop World Live at MJ Pop World on Twitch, and Just a Little Podcast, and J-Meezy 3000, because they're good guys too. Oh, and if you didn't know, we're part of Cross the Streams Media now, so you can go to crossthestreamsmedia.com to listen to the newest episode of the STS Guys podcast, or find all our social media links in case you forgot. Shout out to those guys.
Shout out to Cross the Streams.
Yeah.
Cross the streams.
No, we're supposed to cross the streams.
But,
it's a positive thing now.
I know, but now you can't take a negative and make it a positive. But
we just did. Who is live that we can raid?
There's nobody live.
Super Jen. Well, we're gonna raid Super Jen. So stick around after Jeremy does the thing.
Yeah,
all
Jeremy, right. Take us out.
So for episode 185 of the STS Guys, I've been Jeremy.
Hey, it's Larry.
And I'm Scott.
And we're the STS Guys. Have a great night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Uh-huh.